Hi. Let me ask you something. What do you think makes a character stand out? Maybe their design, their personality, or maybe their voice. And although all these are essential parts of a character, I believe that what makes a character shine most is their story. However, with this fact being almost universal, I fail to see character stories being given the justice they should be given in a lot of games, and I think that's where Wuthering Waves really shines. But even then, this specific quest was really special. So if you don't know who Encore is already, she's this adorable pink fluff ball with two pets as a part of her ability. And oh yeah, she's an orphan. But after playing her companion quest, I really viewed her in a different perspective. So how about I quickly summarize her companion quest and explain why she's so amazing. Also, quick shameless plug-in here, but I finally got a Discord server. It's finally done. It isn't that cool or amazing because I still am thinking of what to put, but if you are interested, you can come in and have a little chat and give me some suggestions on what I should add. You suck. Anyways, back to the video. So her story begins like any other. We go meet up with her and have a little chat. But here she has a really nice storytelling session in which we discover a forte of hers which allows her to create a dimension in which she can tell her stories. And through her dimension, we listen to a story which is an integral part of her character. The story of the Woolly Warrior. So to simply explain it, the story revolves around a character finding 3 relics, a sword of courage, a shield of faith, and a wreath of hope. All these have to be collected so that the Woolly Warrior can find the gateway of wishes where the Woolly Warrior can make the wish of seeing their family. But after the story got cut short, we get invited by Encore to join her adventure to finish the story. And on trying to hear what the kids thought about the story, we met this girl, Ying, who tells us her tragic story about how she lost her mother who had promised her an adventure like that of the Woolly Warrior's tale. However, her mother did leave a little wooden map for us to follow, and so just like that, we invited her to the adventure team and went to find those relics so that her wish of talking to her mother one more time can be achieved. So we first found the Sword of Courage up on this high up cloud, then we found the Shield of Faith on the beach where we searched through every grain of sand and through the shores. But as we reached the final location where the Wreath of Hope should be, we found nothing. This empty plateau that used to be Ying's mother's beautiful garden had nothing there anymore. And with that fact, Ying lost her hope in the story because of it, and also her wish along with it. This was a terrible moment as without her hope, she couldn't finish the story and even possibly meet her mother in Encore's realm once more. Because Encore's ability only worked on those who believed the stories. And on taking a moment after telling Ying to meet here again the next day, Encore tells her part of the story. Encore, since she was a little child, used to listen and play along with her mother's tales of adventure, where once she would climb up the tallest mountain to claim a sword, and in another where she searched through each and every beach for a shield. But right as she was about to get a hold of the wreath, her mother was struck with an illness. And all of those adventures were actually just her mother helping her to be a big girl. The tallest mountain was nothing but a high shelf with a toolbox at the top in order to encourage Encore to be more brave. And the beach was the vast expanse of their house where she had to look through all the nooks and crannies for a piece of candy. This story turned out to be none other than the Woolly Warrior's adventure, which was her mother's story all along. But now, with her mother ill-stricken, the story could not finish, and so Encore read her mother's stories instead. But unfortunately, her mother had to leave to a distant land very soon after. So, with that story, we found a new motivation and we prevailed and thought of a way to convince Ying to believe in the story again so that she, as well as Encore, could have their wish brought to life with their happy endings. So, with the help of Verena, we prepared the wreath with flowers representing her feelings, but most importantly, leaving one spot for Ying. And on the next day, Ying arrived to the occasion, and we set off into the woolly warrior story to retrieve Ying's flower of choice, an iris. So, after countless battles and puzzles, we finally reached the Gateway of Wishes.
Iris is a mom's favorite. I want her to see it too. We should make our wish. Oh, yes. Look! Because of the brave warrior's wishes, the story has a happy ending. Your wish has come true. She can tell her everything now. Mom, there's so much I wanted to tell you. So many new stories you need to hear. Oh.
It's a very happy story.
But after that, these echoes spawned and I thought they were a part of the quest, but nope, they started beating the living balls out of me. Anyway, so we ended there as we finished this magical adventure with a happy ending. Honestly, when Encore was first introduced, I didn't think much of her. That doesn't mean I don't love her though. I would destroy the whole entirety of Huanglong for her. I love this cute little goober. But when she was introduced, there was nothing really special about her. She was just a cute character who really liked the rover for some reason, and although she was adorable, she didn't really leave that much of an impression on me. But this quest changed it all. I see now and appreciate her character so much more. I love how they included Ying into the story. I usually really hate it when character stories just revolve around helping an NPC and finding out about the character's backstory. But this wasn't the same. Ying felt a part of the story without taking the light away from Encore. You can even say that she gave way more attention to Encore in this way. The way they used Ying, who suffered similar things like Encore, and how she reacted made her character so much more mature, smart, and empathetic. Which is why I think the story is amazing. It thrives on simplicity. It shows how you don't need to have a grand adventure or calamity to tell an impactful story. It's something that is so easily understood and relatable to a lot of people. Good storytelling should not rely on the showy parts, but more so on the actual story and character. So much about Encore was told not only through her words but also through her behavior. It's so simple that it becomes complex. And moreover, In a world where tales of happy endings are thought to be cliche and cringe, this story really stood out. This was so well done, and I really have to give the biggest props to Wuwa. Everything was so well designed and structured, and it was truly an experience. Although it wasn't that long, it was so complete. I wish to see a lot more of these high quality stories that are well thought out and beautiful, because this is how you should do character stories. But lastly, the way grief and loss was told in the story was great. I myself am fortunate to not have lost a close relative or family, but I have had a fair share of experiences with the loss of really close friends. And it's quite weird that, of all things, a video game character story gave me some comfort. And I know this may sound a bit overboard. Some of you might say, oh, it's just a video game, there's so many more better stories. But the thing is, this story really spoke to me, and it really made me think. And sure, some of you might say it's cringe, but that's just how I felt about the story. This story really shows you how, even if you lost that person, keeping them in your mind and carrying on their legacy, just like how Encore carried her mother's storytelling, can really go a long way. I regret a lot of things that I've done wrong, but the best I can do right now is fix myself for them. And I hope you do too, because if one day you find that gateway of wishes, I hope you can tell them all your happy endings, and maybe even the bad ones too. I know this is a lot different from my usual upbeat and dumb videos, but this story really just made me think a lot, and I really wanted to say something about it. And I hope that other games, not just Wuthering Waves, make more of these incredibly detailed and high quality character stories. And also, I'm using a new mic right now, so tell me in the comments if you like this new one. Anyways, bye.